Ladies and gentlemen, this is what your chart should look like. So going up from the bottom, the subsidiary motions: postpone indefinitely, amend, refer to committee, postpone to a certain time, or postpone definitely, limit or extend limits of debate, previous question or close debate, and lay on the table. Judy?
You have postponed to a certain time twice?
Yes.
I know
I have
that.
what? Oh,
Postponed.
yeah?
Yeah, you want a previous question in there.
All right, you guys passed that test. Good job. Obviously, I wasn't paying attention when I wrote the chart, and I didn't check against. All right, excellent eye. Thank you, Judy. At the top, for your privilege motions, you should have call for orders of the day, raise the question of privilege, recess, adjourn, and finally at the topmost, fix the time to which to adjourn. The point of this exercise, ladies and gentlemen, is for you to gauge your own comfort in knowing the ranking of the motions without having to refer to a chart, because you'll benefit by having it at the tip of your need when it comes up. But also, always have the chart handy for when you're not sure or your parliamentarian is working on something else. Now let's change the focus for the remainder of today's speech. We had, for today's presentation, the bring back motions. And I'd like to emphasize some important elements, I think, to this, because it can get to be a little confusing in the processing and handling of the bring back motions, in particular the motion to reconsider something previously adopted. And you might see some of it coming into play of what we did this morning. I think that one of the primary elements is the importance of the chair restating the question as to what we're doing, what the effect of what we've just done is, and where we're at. I've seen where, because the motion that we're reconsidering is debatable, that also means that the motion to reconsider is debatable. Sometimes there's confusion that the group thinks that after we've got into that debate that we're actually debating the question. We're not. We're debating whether we want to reconsider it. And that's important for the chair to distinguish, that the group understands that. If you get a lengthy debate, sometimes they think that you're getting into the question when you really haven't yet. Also, with the processing of the amendment, as Medard pointed out, if the chair states what the effect of what we just voted on is, it gives the audience or the group the idea of what our next step is. So that's one point I would like to raise in the motions to reconsider and rescind. I think these two are one of the more difficult areas of parliamentary procedure. I think some exposure to it, having seen it in action, is a good way of learning it. Repeated exposure is another. So I think we should revisit this topic as maybe a special meeting. Also, a special meeting of how the chair handles and addresses questions so that the audience or the group knows exactly where we're at. So, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes Module 5 for the Parliamentary Procedure in Action. I commend Tom for his excellent presentation and all the work that went into the previous ones. Tom has done a great job with it. I think he's learned a lot from his experience as well as we have. And I encourage the next Toastmaster in our group to step up to the plate and think about this challenge. It's the best ways, I think, to learn this material. So, fellow Toastmasters, my goal in leaving you is that I will at some point make available to you a blank copy of what you've just done as an exercise. I would encourage you to be comfortable or get to a comfort level of being able to do that on your own, and you'll be that much, very much proficient at the ranking of the motions, Mr. Toastmaster.